Hello everyone, welcome to the DPB podcast. I'm your host Ryan Mondis with DisneyPinsBlog.com, the latest news on Disney pin trading and collecting from around the world. This is episode number 185 for the week of February 17th, 2020.
Welcome to the Disney Pins Blog Podcast.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. It has been a while since I had a podcast episode go up. I do apologize for the delay. I think it's been like 3 weeks now. And YouTube, in general, has been a little quiet for me. Life has been a little bit crazy right now, kind of stressful, but I've been just trying to mainly focus on DisneyPinsBlog.com, keeping the news up on the website. But I should be getting back into the swing of things here soon. Again, it is just myself this week. We have a little bit of pin news to talk about. For Pin Chat later, we'll talk about the upcoming pin event at Walt Disney World, 20 years of Disney pin trading. Briefly touch on that. But first, let's start off with housekeeping. The first item for housekeeping is we have our next giveaway live on the website. We do these giveaways every single month. And the February one, we are actually giving away 2 pins, a limited edition Jasmine pin and a limited edition Cinderella pin. Both of those are LE200, and included with that is a Disney Pins Blog koozie. You can purchase these as well. They're available at leaningpalm.net, our parent company. There's an orange one and a green one, but we're going to give away the green one since St. Patrick's Day is coming up here soon. So that giveaway runs all week. It's probably going to be ending next weekend. And then for item number 2 in housekeeping, it's a little update actually on myself, which is why there hasn't been too many podcast episodes, and I've been relatively quiet on YouTube. A lot has been happening in my personal life, but I wanted to let everyone know on the podcast because I feel like you guys are the most loyal DPB followers. I do appreciate everyone who listens to the podcast or watches on YouTube. But yeah, I want to let everyone know that I'm actually moving to Orlando. This has been in the making for a while. You guys know if you've been following me for a long time. Ever since I started Disney Pins Blog, actually before that, it's been like 8 years now, 8 or 9 years. I've actually wanted to live in Florida, live in Orlando, and it's finally happening. The stars aligned and just everything going on in my life right now, it seemed to work out that way. I actually got a new job opportunity in Orlando, so I quit my job here in Pittsburgh. I know a lot of you guys know, but I was a project manager at an advertising agency here in Pittsburgh for 8 years. And then the new job, I'm going to be also doing some project management and sales as well. But I'm moving to Orlando, and I'll be working closer with Disney, so I'm very excited about the opportunity. But the reason why I wanted to mention to you guys is I should be getting back on track with Disney Pins Blog in the next couple of months. And I really think this will just benefit Disney Pins Blog in general with me actually being in Orlando. I should be able to get to the news quicker for you guys and have more content. Like I mentioned before, I have just been really focusing on the website because that comes first, getting the blog post up. And then everything else is kind of secondary. But I'm hoping to get that back on track with the podcast, the weekly newsletter that goes out every Wednesday. I know that one has been slacking as well. And a lot of the vlogs kind of fell off. So I'm still going to be doing pin videos and vlogs from the parks and hopefully even more content. So I'm really excited about it, but just please bear with me here during this transition time. Lots happening. Quitting a job, starting a new job, learning something brand new, and moving. So just lots of moving pieces are happening in the background. And I'm hoping to be in Orlando by the end of March or beginning of April timeframe. So that is my little announcement there. Just a little life update for myself and Disney Pins Blog. But I'm very excited about the opportunity, and I can't wait to be closer to the parks. All right, so now housekeeping is out of the way. Let's get into the pin news. First, we're going to start off with Shop Disney, Disney Store. The second release for the Minnie Mouse, the main attraction pin set is now available. It features Pirates of the Caribbean. I picked this one up for myself. You guys know I have a Pirates collection, so I had to add that one. It's a limited release collection. Retail price is $19.99. And this is, like I said, the second release in the collection. Next at Shop Disney, it was a brand new Lady and the Tramp pin release. This was very popular. It was released at Disney Store UK, and now it's appearing in Disney Store retail locations in America. My friend Melissa actually found it at her store in New Jersey, but at the time of this recording, it's not available at shopdisney.com yet in America. But it celebrates the 65th anniversary of Lady and the Tramp. It's part of that Legacy collection. Retail price is $15.99. And then speaking of Legacy Collection, there was also a release for the Cinderella 70th anniversary. That one released online and Disney Store retail locations. Limited release, $15.99 retail price. And then last at Disney Store, Shop Disney, was a brand new box pin set for Disney's upcoming film Onward. This is a 4-pin set, limited edition of 1900, and has a retail price of $59.95. That one released on February 10th. Alright, now let's head over to Box Lunch. They had 2 recent pin releases. The first one features Prince John from Robin Hood. That one has a retail price of $8.90. And then next was a brand new Little Mermaid pin release featuring Ariel and Flounder with a seashell in the background. $8.99 retail price for that one as well. And there were a few other like Princess and the Frog and a couple other pin releases at Box Lunch, but I'm just covering kind of like the last week pin news in this podcast since I haven't done a podcast for a few weeks here. All right, now let's head over to Mondo. They had a brand new pin release for Pinocchio. 4 pins here. The first one features Pinocchio. Second features Monstro the Whale. The third one is Jiminy Cricket with a really nice gold glitter background. And then the fourth one has Cleo and Figaro. All those have a retail price of $10. Speaking of Pinocchio, we'll head over to Disney Store Japan because they had a few pin releases for Pinocchio's 80th anniversary. The first pin features the official Conscious badge, and that comes in a nice collector's box. And then the next one is a pin set featuring 5 different character pins. Both of those are available online at Disney Store Japan. Next, we're going to head over to Disney Employee Center. They had a brand new pin release. This one for Valentine's Day, and it's called Cuddle O'Clock. I like these pins. There are 4 different pins here, all with a heart-shaped background. The first one features Baymax and Hero from Big Hero 6. Second is Lady and the Tramp. Third is Stitch and Angel. And the fourth one is Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head from Toy Story. All of those are limited edition of $2.50 with a retail price of $24.95. Alright, now for Disney Parks in America. I do want to mention, before we get into the new pin releases for this week, I do want to mention a popular release at Walt Disney World. And this is called the Ink and Paint Collection. And I don't believe it's coming to Disneyland. I think this is just a Walt Disney World exclusive. But there are 4 open edition pins and 1 pin set. The open edition pins have a retail price of $12.99 each. The first one features Alice in Wonderland. Second is Dumbo. Third is Mary Poppins. And the fourth is Peter Pan. All of those have the character sketches in the background, and then the colored version of the character is actually the pin-on-pin design element. So those are really nice. And then the last one features a really unique pin set with 4 different pins featuring Ben and Me, Fun and Fancy Free, and Melody Time. And that 4-pin set has a retail price of $27.99. You can find those at various locations around Walt Disney World. I spotted them when I was down there 2 weeks ago at the World of Disney store at Disney Springs. Alright, now for the new pin releases this week at Disney Parks. There actually are a lot of them. All of these are releasing this Thursday, February 20th. First, we're going to start off with Disneyland exclusives. The first 2 feature Indiana Jones 25th Anniversary, and this is of the attraction. The first one is limited edition of 3,000 with a retail price of $17.99, and then the second one is an annual pass holder exclusive. That one has a lower edition size, coming in at LE 2000. And then the next exclusive at Disneyland is part of that Scratch and Sniff collection. This one features Dole Whip. This is actually probably my favorite release of the week. Has a little tiki guy in the background. It reads, "Give it a swirl," and it has a Dole Whip there on the front. That's limited edition of 2000, retail price $17.99. And then there are 3 Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pin releases this week at Disneyland as well, and then 3 at World, but we'll talk about the Disneyland exclusives right now. The first order one features the TIE Fighter Pilot, LE 1500. The Resistance pin features Rose, LE 1500, and the Droid Depot pin features the Seeker Droid, all LE 1500, retail price $17.99. Those are the Disneyland exclusives for the week. Now let's head over to Walt Disney World for Florida exclusives. And the only exclusives in Florida this week are the 3 Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pins as well. The first order pin features a Flame Trooper. The Rise of the Resistance pin features Finn. And the Droid Depot pin features R5 Droid. All of those are LE 1500 at Walt Disney World as well. And now for the shared pin releases on both coasts. We have a Mardi Gras 2020 pin featuring Princess and the Frog. It is limited edition of 3,500, retail price $17.99. And then the next trading cards pin of the month is being released. This one features the Queen of Hearts playing croquet, and that is limited edition of 4,000. And then the next cereal box pin release features Professor Von Drake's Letters and Numbers. That's the name of his cereal, and that one is limited edition of 4,000 as well. Both of those $17.99. And then finally we have the next pin trading 20th anniversary pin release. This one featuring Minnie Mouse, and this is the second in the Countdown pin series for the big event coming to Epcot later this year. And those all connect together. This is the second one, limited edition 4,000. So those are the pins being released on both coasts this week, Thursday, February 20th. And then also this Thursday is pin trading night at Disneyland in Walt Disney World. So we have the Cinderella 70th anniversary pin collection being released for event guests. So I know a lot of you guys are heading to Disneyland or Walt Disney World in Florida for the event this week. The Cinderella pins are being released this Thursday as well. So this week is a big release for pins. We got monthly collections, some exclusives at Disneyland, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge pins, and of course that Cinderella 70th anniversary collection. So that is it for the pin news. Now let's head into Disney Pin Chat. And I just wanted to mention the Countdown series because I feel like I didn't really talk about it too much. This is, I think, a 7 or 8 pin collection, and we are counting down until the big pin event at Walt Disney World, the annual pin event. And this year is going to be big because it's the 20th anniversary of Disney pin trading at the parks. Our first release featured Mickey Mouse. That one's already out. The second release features Minnie Mouse, which is coming out this Thursday. And these are all going to connect together. And then there's a completer pin that goes in the circle to make up the whole collection for the Countdown series. And I'm really hoping that we hear something this week from Disney on when the event is announced. I'm really thinking we will hear something this week, fingers crossed. So as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. I'll have it up on the website. It'll be on the events page at Disney Pins blog. But if I had to take a guess, I feel like it's going to be end of August. I feel like they're going to go back on track because I know last year the event was at the beginning of August. So I feel like this year they might go back on track and have it to match previous years where it was at the end of August. But we will see, hopefully this week. I know a lot of people want to make plans, like travel plans for their flights and hotels and put in the vacation time at work. So I think that'll be the first stage. Hopefully this week or next week we will find out when the event actually is, the event date, and any details about it. Registration probably won't go on sale until April of 2020. I know I've been getting that question a lot as well. Yeah, so registration probably won't be until April. And I forget when we see the pin catalog of what's being released. It'll either be coming up here or closer to that April date. But I'm getting excited for the big 20th anniversary pin event. And as soon as Disney announces it, I'll be sure to have the blog post up on the website and announce on social so all of you guys know. But that is going to do it, guys, for episode number 185 of the DPB podcast. I hope everyone has a great week. And if you're attending Pin Trading Night in Florida this Thursday, I'll be there. So hopefully we can say hi. See ya.